Electricity Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa will give his last Energy Action Plan update for the year as the country approaches 300 days without load shedding. Our business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo is in Pretoria for us and joins us for this briefing. Ntokozo, a very good morning to you. Some progress, of course, has been made in eliminating load shedding. Is the country getting closer to that 4% economic growth that the minister had alluded to in October?
Good morning, Aldrin. Well, that's certainly the optimism that both business and consumers have, that we will start seeing that economic growth. But of course, when Minister Ramokgopa mentioned that 4% economic growth, he said it was if we got rid of load shedding for good and fixed some of the issues that still continue to plague the utility, and saying that we could see that 4% growth possibly within 19 to 22 months. So the second quarter of 2026, 2027. But as you just said, Aldrin, significant progress made over the past financial year. Of course, last week we had Eskom announce their results. A slight closure in that net loss for the year, reducing by 9 billion rand to 25.5 billion rand, also raising a little bit of optimism that we are making or taking the right steps when it comes to tackling load shedding. But of course, several challenges that still remain in the way, making it difficult to see that light completely at the end of the tunnel. Ramokgopa consistently highlighting that a lot of work still needs to be done, specifically around just improving morale and making sure that engineers and so on are given their place at Eskom. Also, issues around aging infrastructure, investments needed there, and him alluding to their national treasury, giving that 254 billion rand boost over 3 years, set to then deal with some of those issues. But we are closer to 270 days without load shedding. There are communities, however, Aldrin, across the country that do not share those sentiments. One of those being community out in Dobsonville, Soweto, and we did get communication that they will be heading out to Eskom in protest of them having about 5 months of no power. So, the load shedding story, not positive for all citizens across the country. I also did experience some interruptions over the weekend, Aldrin, caused by, of course, the storms that Joburg did see over the weekend. So those are some of the challenges that Minister Ramokgopa is going to dig into in about an hour or so, just after 9 o'clock, as he gives Aldrin that final update. And of course, we will dip into that briefing, as well as give an update on what's the latest coming out of those briefings, and whether we expect that no load shedding to continue well into next year. Of course, some milestones that Ramokgopa has set for his department for the first quarter of March when it comes to dealing with load shedding, driving South Africa's energy mix. Of course, the issue around fossil fuels has been, an issue, and some of those results showing that renewable energy is helping in that balancing act. So we are going to go get those details in about an hour or so, Aldrin, and give those updates.
Thank you so much, Ntokozo Khumalo. Then, of course, we will be live at that press briefing right here on Channel 405. So stay tuned to what the minister has to say.